Hi everybody, it's the Intuitive Healer, and today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Pisces. So let's go ahead and tune your energy, Pisces. And for those of you stopping by for the very first time, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this reading. For those of you that are part of the Intuitive Healer Tarot family, welcome back, my lovelies. And let's go ahead and get started here. So, Pisces, we do have our first card with 25 manifestation, as well as our 16 conception. Conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of the space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intentions. So with that being said, as I pull the cards, we'll get in a little bit deeper as to what's going on here. Excuse my finger. I had a little finger accident this weekend in the garden. So let's go ahead and get started here. We have the first card as we are the world. The second card is the breakthrough. What I'm starting to feel right away, Pisces, is this energy surrounding movement. I feel like there was a lot of things in the past that you went through that really kind of challenged you and changed you. If you, over the last couple of years, have had a significant lifestyle, well, that's bringing you into full spectrum alignment with your mind, body, and spirit. And with that being said, we do have these challenges that come in as we go through the process of that. And I think a lot of it has to do with going against our belief systems around, you know, how we were raised, how we think about things, what we like and what we don't like. And so as we change and we morph into this better version of ourselves, we have some slight uneasy because change does make us feel weird. Most of us are predisposed to be, you know, in a routine with the same kind of stuff. So when we change it up, it does feel uncomfortable. But in that uncomfortability is where we find our strength. It's where we find our hope. It's where we find our peace. And so, you know, the first card here we have, we are the world. And this card talks about, you know, universal strength. This is unity consciousness. This is working in alignment with, you know, the collective. But it's also in a space where, you know, it's allowing you to know that the universe is there to fully support you in this journey, and that there's some things that are happening behind the scenes that really aren't in front of your face, but they're actually happening. And so I think because you've started to listen to that higher conception of thought, I feel like your frequency is starting to manifest those things and desires that you truly, truly want to come in. And as you start to desire and manifest, we start to have breakthroughs. And, you know, we understand that the monkey mind is this place where we overthink, and it really doesn't contain any balance. It just creates this weird energy that just keeps rolling and keeps circling. And we've got to stop that. We've got to come into a place of peace and settle and be in the now. Having that breakthrough about not overstressing yourself, not having that connection to that overthinking, and finding a graceful peace where you can truly manifest those desires that belong to you. Because the things that we desire are birthrights of ours. And so that's the hard thing to think about, is like, wow, you mean that thing that I wanted, that's my birthright? Well, absolutely. It's your choice. It's your creation. You're the one that gets to create this experience. And that's why the innocence card comes in, is come back to a place of peace, come back to a place of childlike innocence where you can have fun again. And that's what that breakthrough is, like understanding that you cannot be in all places at one time. But as change starts to happen, you start to realize where your true path is leading you. So when the change card comes in, it really allows you to understand that there's things that really need dealing with. We realize a lot of those heartbreaks and suffering things that we're holding on to have a lot to do with our indoctrinated belief systems. The things that we were taught as kids, the things that mom and dad said. Those were the words that we held onto and thought that they were real. Sometimes those concepts of our parents are really not in the best intention for us. So, turning inward and defining ourselves in a different place, creating that space of peace and not overextending ourselves when we don't need to. I feel like you are healing, you are manifesting at the same time, because there is this dualistic integration that's happening to you that's creating balance in all avenues of your life. That's why we have the manifestation card. Let's go ahead and get into that. Just wanted to thank my Ascended Masters, Angels, and Guides for guiding us today. Thank you so much. All right, so when we start to allow ourselves to really manifest, it's kind of like letting go of the wheel. And, you know, some of my clients say, Dawn, why do you say let go of the wheel? I really want to control where my life is going. Well, of course you do. But sometimes the universe has a better plan. And for as much as you think your plan is got some power, well, the universe will challenge that power. So what we think about, we're going to attract, right? So manifesting creates this energy around us that allows us to focus on the things that we've really longed for. You know, it's all about your desires. It's all about your beliefs. And like I said before, when we come into our belief systems and we realize that maybe there was something that someone said along the way that actually created a block. You know, when you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. You got to be aware of how you feel in order to change that. And a lot of times when we're trying to manifest things, we're like, God, it's not coming in fast enough. Well, there's a block there. You did not let go of the wheel and trust the universe. And the universe will come back in and say, hey, you didn't trust me. And now you have some karma. So your perception is altering you right now so you can see new light. Everything is created twice. It's that dualistic mentality. Firstly, the vibrational realm perceived as imagination, feeling or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. We're supposed to be enjoying this journey of manifestation and knowing that our desires are coming in, the things that we want. We've been taught that we're not that magnificent, that, you know, we get dumbed down with a lot of things and we hold that conditioning. Maybe somebody in your family said you couldn't do something. Maybe somebody in your family said, no, that's not a great job. I mean, we are influenced by these words. They're very powerful. And I am gaining a sense too, Pisces, that you do work around a lot of people where you're having conversations all the time. And I think those conversations are healthy because it kind of allows us to understand things in a better way. You know, just because your parents said it was one way doesn't mean it's that way. Heck, my father used to tell me all the time, challenge what I say. And I'd say, you want me to be rebellious? No, that's not what he was saying. He was saying maybe he was taught something wrong. So research everything that you hear. Don't just take things for face value. They might not be in alignment with you. So let's talk about this conception card here, because it's all about consciousness. And when we have the conception card, it talks about infinite movement and expansion. And those are the things that we constantly are dancing with. But know that in the stillness and our headspace, we have to contain this deep silence that harmonizes with, you know, the presence of a stronger energy. And that's ourselves. When we feel at home in conception, there is a sense of unmistakably stellar connection to the earth. With conception, we can be described as a process of creation. This may refer to the beginning of life or a physical being or the start of a new idea or a belief. It's like thinking a thing and then making it come into reality. Weird how we have the manifestation card with a conception card. There are no mistakes here. Synchronicity. So, conception is about conceiving nothingness so that something can come in. There's this weird notion that we have to push so hard for things to happen. And sometimes it's like, just let go of the wheel. Trust that something's going to come in your favor. Because if you don't have any trust or faith, nothing's coming. So it's time to activate your manifestation energy. And that's what all of these things have been conspiring to help you do. See a higher understanding of who you are. I think I'm going to pull an angel card here that asks the angels. I'm going to my little prayer here. Ascended Masters, angels, and guides. Guide us, angels. Guide us to the right messages for our lovely Pisces. Here we are, Archangel Jeremiel. Funny how it comes up as clarity. Clarity is always good for us to be in a space of when we're trying to manifest things. It's that conception of time and space that allows us to push forward and bring into our lives the tools needed to move forward. And what are those tools? Well, those tools are clarity, conception, manifestation, self-love. Self-love is the biggest one. That's where we start. That's the start of this journey, you know. So when we have clarity, we get to really be awakened to the truth. Not to what someone else taught us or told us, but the truth. You're the one that has to seek that truth out. Clarity is a state that is attained when the mind becomes still. When our fears, assumptions, expectations, and projections fade long enough for the fog to clear from our eyes, our ability to see returns. And that's why I'm saying sometimes we get caught up in this conditioning and it's blocking us for manifestation because we can't see things clearly. We've already taken somebody else's opinion and made it our own. So, when we let go of coddling the inner voice of our ego and the emotions that fog up our perceptions, it takes us out of the present moment. We can then be free to see the bigger picture. So to experience clarity, we must still the chatter. Like I said, here's the monkey mind card. You've got to let go of staying stuck in the fog of emotion and step away from ourselves long enough to see ourselves and our lives from a higher perspective. So if you think about clarity as, just think about this, it being the highest state to achieve to clear away the fog and the messes in our lives that we've created from our emotions. It's us engaging in a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual cleaning out. And it's kind of a necessity. It's essential now to clear away what has been keeping you in the fog and find the space necessary for you to return back to your center. And that's what I said, manifesting. Got to go into meditation to get there. There's no other route. I'm going to pull some more cards here from our Zen Tarot. Ascended Masters, Angels, Guides, guide me. Please guide me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. Thank you, record keepers. All right, we have aloneness. There you go, going inward, going inside. Even in the times where we're not in a situation where we're partnered up with anybody, that's the time when you do the healing the most, is when we're not matched with someone. That's our opportunity to go into self-love so that we can create that manifestation energy and harmony within our lives. We have to see ourselves in a better light for things to happen differently. You cannot be stuck in conditioning, doing the same thing, expecting a different thing to happen. That is really monotonous. So get out of that space, Pisces. Look at this. We got love coming in. So for those of you that maybe were overthinking about a situation in the past with love, well, guess what? Love is arriving. Love for yourself is arriving, Pisces. Pisces is so worried all the time about taking care of other people, but what about you, Pisces? For those of you that are male, female, cross watchers, who's ever tuning in here, just understand that you got to put yourself first. I think we've been caught up in this notion that we put other people first before our needs, and our needs don't get met. I say that's conditioning. That's where this comes in. Just saying, Pisces. So you got to be clear. Got to create some mental clarity around your life so things can change, so they can get better instead of being so stagnant. All right, I'm going to take these last two. We've got the burden. I think that there has been a situation where maybe a person from the past maybe felt like they were burdening you. And in all actual reality, they really weren't, but I don't think that those words were clear because it created a really awkward situation. I do feel like this person either left or you left them, Pisces, because I do feel like there was an ending to that situation. But there could have been something better because the Master is all about, well, and here we have our new vision. Those are all about listening to a higher calling. You know, maybe that person from the past was your soulmate and you guys really just were butting heads because you were triggering each other. And, well, things will wind their way out. And so that situation ended because there was some miscommunication. So once things did evolve and you guys let go, there was this understanding that there was this unrequited love that maybe you guys should have tried a little bit harder to keep it going. But I think you both gave up. So new vision talks about a new beginning. And I think because we have this love card, we got some new love coming in. Because you've decided finally to master your life instead of get caught up in the mundane. I think that you stop listening to other people and what they feel, and you have gone within and mastered your own emotional system. You know, you Pisces, it's really hard for you guys to really put emotions out there. But sometimes you got to speak up. People can't read your mind, or, you know, if this is resonating with some of you that it's in opposition and maybe it's them that was in that situation, then, you know, they should have said something. You should have said something. Yep, it caused some heartbreak here. So, you know, what I'm seeing here with the outsider card is like they thought that they were a burden to you. I think that in the very beginning of the situation, you guys are really, really strong and, you know, really, really wanting to set up home, wanting to be with each other for a while. and something happened. Maybe there was a third party, or, you know, maybe they weren't in a place where they wanted to settle down and you were wanting to settle down with them. So it did create a lot of abandonment feelings because the outsider is right here. That could have very well triggered some things from your childhood, Pisces, that you had to deal with. And, you know, I'm going to go back to this card, the conditioning. And I think that it's time for you to change your belief systems, change them to fit your life instead of fitting other people's lives. You know, I also feel that there is some people out there that are in the container of that, well, organized religion. I'm going to say, you know, if you are going to church, but you also believe in the spiritual stuff, it's all the same. You know, you can't judge one for the other. Spirituality. But if you're in a religion that's teaching you some things that are in infliction with your soul, then you need to change that conditioning, those belief systems. No matter what anybody feels. Because right now, we are in a place where we're feeling things out. It seems to me that love is coming in a different way. Maybe you're trying to go back in and reconcile with somebody from the past. Maybe you aren't. But either way, love is coming in full spectrum. And it's coming in a way that you've never imagined it, because you've been manifesting love. So let's go ahead and get into our romance angel cards here so that we can get a little bit deeper into the love stuff. And you know me, I like to get into the lovey stuff. That's my thing. So let's see. Guides, please guide us to the correct messages for the highest and best for all. Sign of Pisces. All right, I'm going to take these cards. Here we go. Release the X. All that energy from the past, it just needs to be reconciled. So whatever heartbreak was caused either on your part or their part, you guys got to deal with those emotions right now. It's really eminent that you do that. I also feel like it affected some children. And maybe it could very well be possibly still affecting children. Either way, we don't want to taint these children's lives by acting crazy or acting out of line. So the children card comes in here to say, be careful what you say around the kids. The kids are taking it in. All right, so let's talk about the love stuff here, because there's true love, playfulness, chemistry. And I think that that's what you had with this person in the past. That's why you keep going back and reminiscing about that person. But I think that that contract's now complete. And I think that the door for love is open for some new person to come in and love you the way that you know, your love language, loving you. So let's talk about true love for just a moment, because I feel like the romance of a lifetime is about to come in. We do have the sacred partnership here, the love card. This also signifies self-love. So let's be clear that you've been manifesting a really great partnership. And so the universe is hearing you. It's saying you get the chemistry, the playfulness, and your true love all at once. That all these things that you did in the past, all these things that, you know, maybe didn't resonate very well with you, are your lessons. It upgraded you. It got you to a place where love was able to come in. And at this time, for those of you that this is resonating with, I think you're ready to settle down now. Maybe in the past you weren't, or maybe that person from the past wasn't ready to settle down. But now the tables have turned and things are changing. And Pisces, you know, if you want to go a little bit deeper into this and talk a little bit more about this true love coming in, all my information's down there in that description box below on how to do that. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Know that I am here to support you guys on your highest and best journeys. And know that you also have free will, that you make the choices that are best for your life. So choose wisely, Pisces. Love's about to knock on your door. So have a beautiful new love situation. Change those belief systems and start manifesting the dreams of your life. Namaste.